I've seen a lot of comments of this variety, yet no one expounds or goes into details about the ways in which she is using Black American culture. What aspects of Black American culture do you and others feel she is appropriating or using? When people say this, typically they're talking about the way someone talks or their aesthetics. If you've heard Tyla talk, Tyla is South African, and that comes through very clearly in the way she speaks and in how she even sings. It comes through in how she carries herself, her mannerisms. Tyla is very South African. If you're going to use her aesthetics or how she presents to say she is using Black American culture, what is it, the braids? Like, I really want so badly to encourage people to travel, because not only is it an experience that will enrich your lives, but it will also broaden your understanding of the world. A lot of the ways in which we receive and understand the world is through our own personal experiences, because we are the center of our own world. So if you are an American, America is the center of your world. However, America is not the center of the world, and that is the biggest difference. When you travel more, you will understand this. When you get to know other people's cultures and how they present, and even different aesthetics and subcultures in different countries, you will realize that maybe what you ascribe to your own personal culture in this particular case, Black culture, is not exclusive to Black Americans and Black culture. So again, going back to Tyla's aesthetics and the way she presents herself, what is it, the braids? Because again, Tyla is a South African woman, and we constantly see her in cornrows. Go check her Instagram. Baby girl been in cornrows. She's been in cornrows before she became mainstream and crossed over to American culture. Is it the gem in her tooth? Because I was in South Africa last month, and I saw a lot of people with not only gems in their teeth, but gold teeth, to the point that I was like, maybe am I missing something? Do I need to come back? And when I get back home, I need to put a gem in my tooth? Like, I thought it was wavy. I loved it. But if you are only experiencing gems in teeth, gold teeth, grills, if your only understanding of it is American culture, specifically Black American culture, it is easy to look at her and be like, oh, she's using Black culture, she's appropriating Black American culture, when that's not the case. It's just you have no understanding of cultures outside of your own. Is it the artist she's collaborating with? You know, Black American rappers, Gunna and Travis Scott. Well, she also collabs with Thames and Ira Star, who are Afrobeats artists. So now is she using Nigerian culture? Is she using Afrobeats to be a part of Nigerian culture? She also collaborated with Becky G. Is she using a Latina woman to try to appropriate or use Latin culture? What are we talking about here? Is it the water dance, which many Americans would automatically receive as twerking? However, it is actually a dance of South African origin, the Boycott dance. When she was on the Kai Cenat show and she was trying to teach him how to do the dance, and then when she gets to that part where you're pouring the water and doing the Boycott dance, what she said was, okay, now you twerk, because she understood she was speaking to an American audience, and the way they would understand what she was trying to say is to refer to it as a twerking dance. And while twerking is associated with Black American culture, hip hop culture, dancing culture, it is actually a dance of the African diaspora that originated in Africa. So again, this comment that I'm responding to, it's not new. I've seen a lot of people say she is using Black American culture. No one has expressed how. So how is Tyla using Black American culture? How?
So Tyla flopped with 3,000 plus units. Didn't we tell you? Didn't we tell you? You guys told us we don't need Black American money. We can come together and do it ourselves. We don't need Black American. We can do it ourselves. Didn't we tell you? We told you that when we come together, it's lit for you. I think a lot of people forget that when it comes to anything in regards to culture, right? I mean, people don't understand that we are, I think people think when we say we are the trendsetters of the world, they think that's something that we just pumping our chest about, right? They think that's something that make ourselves feel good. We are the trendsetters of the world. That's not a joke. It's not a game, and you guys are seeing it firsthand. If we don't like something, the world is not going to like it. If we're not putting our energy into something, the world is not going to put their energy too. So this is a prime example. So this young lady disrespected. We fell back. Love is love. And we know they're not going to go and support over there, right? Because we understand that they're tribal. It's going to be a symbolic gesture, probably for one day they're going to support. Yeah, we're going to come together. But they're too tribal. So we know that's going to flop, right? And so This is a prime example that we are literally the trendsetters of the earth. That's nothing to just pump our chest about. It's a fact. So again, this is just only the beginning of boycotts. It's only the beginning of anyone that disrespect. They're gonna see. We're not gonna tear your house down. We're not gonna tear your business down. We're not gonna do any of that. That's that savagery stuff. We don't do that. They do that over there. We're gonna civilly and peacefully show you, and we're gonna do our own group economics. See, it's a teachable moment for everybody. All right. With that being said, y'all peace a lot your key. They thought a chukma ish your key. Y'all be safe.
Tyla's new album flopped. And I like Tyla personally. I think what Tyla doesn't understand is America is a very diverse country. Like, we have people from all kinds of countries and nationalities. So we've seen your type. When you said you are colored and you're not black, we know you were trying to say that you're closer to white than you are to black and that you are better than us. When we tried to say that we won, you were like, no, I'm not like you people. We smell your bullshit from a mile away. So when your album flopped in America, why you think that was? What Americans don't know you. They don't listen to your music. It's us. We invited you to the barbecue, to the cookout, and you said, fuck you all. I'm not coming because I'm not like y'all.
The fact that y'all thought that Tyla had Africa in a chokehold, where Africans was gonna go buy her stuff, and she don't even have a fan base there, is crazy. I think that y'all really let the label and the industry fool y'all. I have never heard an African say, yo, turn on that Tyla. I need that Tyla. You know what? I remember coming on the internet maybe in January and saying the same thing. It was no disrespect. It's just I wasn't feeling her. Didn't like her attitude. I didn't like her entitlement. And I'm going to be real, some of y'all were fooled by the little water wine she had going on until she started being blatantly anti-black in the media. So then when she started opening her mouth and going crazy, I was like, oh, the attitude nasty? We don't like that. Listen, don't let industry fool y'all. We never bought that.
While we're on that topic, Black Americans have no right to tell South Africans that Tyla must identify as Black. As we've seen in the past week, the colored community can be very anti-Black and racist. So how are you going to force people who don't share the same lived experience as us? In apartheid, they were seen as above Black people and therefore had a little bit more privileges than us. We've seen the horrible things that some of them had to say about us just because a few Black men on a podcast said something about their community. All of a sudden, it was directed towards all Black South African women. So you cannot come here and erase my identity as a Black South African woman and tell me that I need to be grouping people who are of mixed heritage and don't even share the same culture and lived experience as a Black person. No. A woman who looks mixed and me are not going to have the same experience, babe, in South Africa and outside. So you cannot come and tell me that she needs to be the image for Black South African women globally when we have actual Black South African women who are standing tall on the international stage within their own right, like Nomza Mumbata, Tusombedu, among many others. This is particularly why the Black American community literally has zero representation for Black women on their international media. That very same media, they don't have proper representation for Black women, and it's wrong. Because there's no reason why people are fighting for Zendaya to play Princess Tiana. Come on, guys.
How come this whole stuff with Tyla is not just xenophobia?
Tyla barely sold freaking 4,000 copies in her first week for her new EP because of the disrespect she displayed towards Black American people.
I've done my Googles. She posted a video on TikTok. She said, I'm a coloured South African. By the way, we don't say that in the UK either. It's a word that if you say here, you're in trouble. She posts that, and then it blows up. And then, like, for example, on this news article, some said, we are not going to call her coloured here, and if she personally demands it, her career will end before it even begins. So the anger is sparked at her posting on TikTok, which is an international marketplace. It's an international marketplace. And so now she has to come to, when she comes to America, What happens? What's the rule? Like, I understand that you don't want her to say it, and you don't want to describe her that way, but what's the... This is so weird! Okay, so further Googles have shown that it's because of the interview that she did on The Breakfast Club.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Let's not get it twisted. That's a poor move. I'm not surprised she can't answer it. She's 22 years old. Yeah, no doubt that a 22-year-old woman who's at this point only really known for one song in her life hasn't got, like, a prepared statement for a question she didn't know was coming. I'm not surprised about that, but ultimately, it's a poor move. But the only reason they have decided to ask her that question on The Breakfast Club is because of something she said on TikTok, which is an international marketplace! Okay, I did further Googles, and it turns out that, like, no one's selling. None of these black women, even the American ones, aren't selling. So I don't know if this is all on Tyla, really.
To everyone in the diaspora that keeps disrespecting black Americans, what have we learned from this?
I think we've just learned about American exceptionalism. That's it. Where do we rank? Where does my mother's blackness rank in terms? You know, her family are Jamaican. She was raised here in the UK. Like, where does she rank in the order of blackness that's allowed to own their black? What the hell is going on with everybody?